I heard me whisper, "Coming, man," James replied quietly. We had been walking back from a long day at the park, playing football, buying some snack, and being a general nuisance to birds that wanted to pick up crumbs from the ground. Our walk from and to the park took us around the outskirts of a condemned neighborhood. Though we were slowly spooked by the general vibes being given off the place during the day, it was nowhere near as creepy and grotesque during the night. Oftentimes, when either of us would walk, we could hear a slight creak or some rustle. Yet, we assured ourselves it must be just age taking its toll in the houses. Anything exploring in some of those houses? I asked James as we made our way one day to the park like we do every weekend. James was never encountered, but he had a rather traumatic past which he didn't want to disclose, and I never forced him either. Well, what's there to explore? Those houses are probably caged from the inside, and all that you might find would be mold, rot, or perhaps a decayed body or two. James was scared. I could tell, but he didn't let on. I stayed silent, but I didn't know how to convince him. We neared the house which we were making for. Fitted yellow building with smashed windows and one door. It was nighttime, but we had torches equipped and a few batteries, just in case. Should we open the one door on the window? James asked me. Well, the door is rotten and the windows are broken, but most likely have shards around the edges. Let's try the door first. We walked up to the door. One portion went down. The echo reverberated around the house, making the silence more eerie. Split up. I'll take a moment to take the top. Take up, I told James. He assessed and we went our ways. This kitchen directly down the hallway, which we were in. So I checked there first. I wanted to throw up. There's a whole nest of maggots with on a mystery on the table. Rats scurried about in the fridge. Whilst I talked about the smell in the bed. The had been left open, the contents were spilling out. As I hopped out of there, I noticed some plants, as well as in there, through slimy and brown. I got out and cleaned myself, to calm myself before entering what appeared to be a living room, same state as the kitchen, except there was a journal on the table, in good condition too. As I made the move to open it, something scuttled behind me, something I sounded bigger than a rat. I flashed my torch behind me, but there was nothing. James, where are you? James, where are you? I shouted, for whatever it was that gave me quite a fright. Coming, James said, but it sounded so shrill. I heard thumping down the stairs as James rushed down. You'll not believe what I saw, James yelled as he came up to me. What'd you find? I asked, thinking it was going to be something or someone dead. The bathrooms full of cockroaches. The clothes in bedrooms are moldy and nasty, and there are signs of a struggle up there. That's not much, is it now? That's not much, is it now? I replied sarcastically. I turned to the journal. Look what I found, I said as I opened it. The picture was plastered down the first page. There was a pilot in the 1940s, and he had spitfire. Is a man living here a pilot? I thought, wow. I carried on to the next page, which had a list of disturbing names that made my hair rise. Dude, this guy was more than a pilot, James said fearfully as he read the names. Rake, Jersey Devil, Mothman, Sorry guys, I have to figure out how to say this. What okay. Great, because that will man. There's things to multiple cryptids, some of which I didn't know, such as the Librid, Slenderman. That's Slenderman, mind you, for he appears further down the list. Some names that Ticks, the ones mentioned earlier, while some at Cross. I decided to take the sensitive journal as the night was deepening and we were in a rush to get out, or James was. But what? I called up as James out the room. I was just about to fall asleep when I found a slip payphone, some kind of numbered input code, so that was the title of Garage. I stepped outside and saw James shivering like a leaf, going paler every second. Dude, I think I saw a rig. Let's just go. Dude, I think I just saw a rig. Let's just go. James whispered. I felt a creeping sensation like a spur crawling around my body, but I steeled myself down to deny him. Search the garage and go. I said, walking down the hallway into the kitchen and into a garden, which I forgot to mention. Plants in that garden were not messed with, as I had taken a botanical study of poisonous plants, and I saw growing amounts of nightshade and other deadly weeds. The garage was in front of me. Now. An old security tag was on the side, but for some reason it looked recently used. I punched in the keys on a slip of paper and a rustling whirring sound came as the door rolled up like the mouth of a giant. Standing there came out the void, and I thought I heard someone whispering. James whimpered, but said nothing. I flashed my torch around and realized there was a staircase thing down. The lights came on, giving a faint glow to the steps. I nearly tumbled headlong into the ground, did not pay attention that they were on the steps. A door presented itself to us. Something had pulled out from underneath the door at one time, but whatever it was, it didn't dried up. Though there was some smudgy marks which looked like whatever the thing was had been licked. I opened the door even though I was nervous. I felt my heart beating loudly and heard James as well, beating like a hammer. I flashed my torch inside. I wanted to scream around so badly, and the stench made me to near this projectile vomit. The decayed body on the floor, lay on the floor, eaten by some large animal. It had some rarely clothing, which suggested the body was not killed long ago. Which suggested the body was killed not long ago. The stench was terrible, a sort of putrid smell mixed with the smell of rotten leaf matter and shite. Rotten leaf matter and shit. James scrambled out of there, frightened out of his head, and yet I did not heed him. For I saw another door, something moving behind it. I pulled my shirt over in my nose in order to reduce the smell, and made my way to another door spouting. spotted, unlocked. I opened and I just screamed. The place was like an underground warehouse, and there were massive cages containing one denizen in it. But those cages had no locks or anything. I spun amongst the cages, arrayed on all fours, gnawing at something, just the devil sleeping. What I believed wasn't a whistle. It had a hand on its tail, lapping up some drink, and last but not least, the most terrifying thing I had ever seen. It was a mix of donkey, bat, and crocodile. Whatever that thing was, it had instead of a crocodile, a donkey's head, and a body. I think they are lion claws, and large bat wings, and vicious red eyes, which looked like murder. Which looked murder at me as soon as it spotted me. Its screams sounded like a metal fork scratching the blackboard. Something swooped at me from the ceiling, nearly taking me with it. Mothman. At the very back of the warehouse, someone appeared wearing a vintage suit and a brown leather flat cap and a traveler's bag by its side. Whatever that was looked like Slender Man, yet I'm well sure that wasn't him. I looked at it, the signs of horror of the place seared into my mind. Years later, after the incident, I found the journal again in my possession, which I had forgotten about. I can only make so much out of it when I read it, but apparently the man who lived in that house was deemed insane by his neighbors, as they oftentimes used to hear strange noises coming from his garage. Yet all investigations came to nothing, and eventually all the neighbors just forsook the place. The man was a traveler and an ace fighter pilot, as well as having a degree in science. And what he kept in that garage was a result of stealing DNA from the originals and making clones. What purpose he needed them for, I haven't uncovered, but I believe that the body there in the garage was his. He died at the hands of his creation. Last note, I haven't heard of James since that day, although I'm sure he escaped, and yet someone's at the door. I know about that's on my house. Your friend is dead, narrator. Deserved to be punished, and now we can finally be free from the one who knew our secret. You. Signed, Slender Man, postman of Living Horror. I signed my own death warrant.